Welcome to Season 2 of SEO Deep Dive by Map Rank Hack. This season, we decode what's holding your rankings back, reveal hidden growth levers, and explore where Google Maps is heading next. Let's dive deeper.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a really interesting question for local businesses.
Yeah, like that.
It's about your Google business profile, your GBP. Can adding a personal touch, your face, your name, actually help you rank better, get more customers?
Okay. Yeah, that's a big one. Because your GBP, it's basically your digital storefront, right?
Exactly, your frontline and local search.
So we're digging into whether making it more personal, showing the person makes it work better, more inviting.
Precisely. And just to show how powerful visuals are, get this statistic.
Okay.
Listings on GBP with photos, they see like 35% more website clicks.
Wow, 35%. That's huge.
And 42% more requests for directions just from having photos.
Okay, that really puts it in perspective.
So the big question we're asking is, could using personal photos, strategically push those numbers even higher, make your listing really stand out?
It's a fascinating idea. And it starts really with basic psychology.
How so?
Well, we're humans, right? We're basically hardwired to recognize faces. It's a fundamental social thing.
Okay.
And that trust we naturally have in a face.
Yeah.
It carry over online. It's often like the first step in building credibility.
So it's deeper than just a friendly picture. It's hitting some kind of like primal trust button in our brains.
Pretty much. And it links to something called familiarity bias.
Familiarity bias?
Yeah, when people see your face, maybe your name too, or across different places online, your GBP, your website, maybe LinkedIn, it builds recognition.
Yeah.
And that familiarity makes choosing your business feel, well, less risky, safer.
Right, like you sort of know them already, even if you don't really.
Exactly. It's like a subtle kind of social proof. And beyond just being familiar, seeing a real human face can trigger emotion, empathy. You connect more with a person than with, say, just a logo. It feels less like a transaction.
More human.
Yeah, exactly. That human touch, it's always been key for trust, hasn't it?
True.
And it just translates directly to your GBP. Makes your business seem way more approachable, like you're dealing with a real person.
Okay, so it sounds like a really good idea generally, but I'm guessing it's not always the best move for every single business.
You guessed right. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all strategy.
Yeah.
Some situations, it's brilliant. Others, maybe less so.
Right. So where does it really, really shine? Where is putting yourself out there on GBP a potential gold mine?
Think about jobs where trust is just absolutely paramount, like the core of the relationship.
Okay, like who?
Doctors, for example, building that patient trust. Lawyers needing client confidence. Realtors helping with huge life decisions.
Makes sense. High stakes, personal stuff.
Totally. And coaches, consultants, therapists, and anyone offering that kind of personalized guidance or support, seeing the person helps build that vital connection.
So for, let's say, a lawyer, putting a professional photo on their GBP isn't just vanity.
Not all.
It's like a visual signal of, I'm trustworthy, I'm an authority, right there in the search results.
Precisely. It can be a huge differentiator. Same for a doctor. A warm photo can ease patient anxiety. Or a realtor showing they're a friendly local expert.
What about, the local service folks? Plumbers, electricians, maybe hairstylists.
Oh yeah, they can benefit massively too.
Yeah.
Their work is often based on local rep and dealing directly with clients, right?
Often in your own home, even.
Exactly. So seeing the face of the person who might show up at your door, that builds comfort, trust. Much harder for a totally faceless company to achieve that.
Okay, that paints a clear picture. So, on the flip side then, where might this personal branding thing be less impactful? Or maybe even irrelevant?
Generally, think bigger chains. Multi-location businesses where the staff rotates a lot and the owner isn't really the face of the day-to-day.
Right, like a big retail chain or fast food place.
Yeah. If it's more corporate, emphasizing one individual might not connect as much. The key thing is, personal branding on GBP works best when the person is really central to the service or the reputation.
Got it. So if you've listened to this and you're thinking, okay, this makes sense for my business, what are the practical steps? How do you actually do it right?
Okay, step one. Your main profile photo needs to be a clean, professional headshot.
What does professional mean here? Like suit and tie?
Not necessarily. It means clear, well lit, and it should reflect the vibe of your business while still looking competent and approachable. No blurry holiday snaps.
Right. Okay, clear photo. What about using your name? You see some businesses with names like Dave's Plumbing, Dave Smith. Is that okay?
You need to be really careful there.
Uh-huh.
Super careful. Strategy is key, but you have to follow Google's guidelines.
Ah, the guidelines. Always the guidelines.
Always. So for a sole trader, maybe putting your name subtly in the business description or from the business part, that might work.
But not in the main business title.
Definitely not in the business title unless it's part of your actual legally registered business name. Adding it otherwise is a violation. Big trouble, potentially.
Okay, noted. No stuffing your name where it doesn't legally belong. What else visually?
Think about behind-the-scenes photos or at work shots.
Oh, like action shots.
Sort of. A consultant may be leading a workshop, a chef in the kitchen, a stylist working on hair with permission, of course.
Right, showing the expertise.
Exactly. It humanizes things, shows you in your element. We've even seen data suggesting team photos boost traffic. Seeing the people involved matters.
Makes the business feel much more real. Okay, what about keeping it all lined up?
Crucial point. Consistency.
Yeah.
If you use a specific photo and maybe your name on GBP, try to use that same photo and name format on your website, your professional social media.
So people recognize you everywhere.
Yes. It builds that recognition, reinforces the brand, avoids confusion.
And again, we have to stress, follow the Google rules, especially on the business name.
Absolutely critical. Your GBP name must match your real-world name. Don't play games with it.
Okay, so we've got good headshot, careful name use within rules, maybe some at-work photos, keep it consistent. Anything else?
Yeah, use your business description well. Don't just list services. Tell a bit of your story, your philosophy, your unique value. Personalize it.
Make it compelling.
And don't forget Google Posts. That's a great spot to share updates, maybe offer more personal insight from the owner's perspective now and then.
Good tips. So we know the do's. What about the don'ts? What are the common mistakes people make with this?
Oh, number one has to be bad photos, low quality stuff. Blurry, dark, looks totally unprofessional.
Or 10 years out of date.
Yeah, that too. It just kills your credibility instantly. Remember, it's often the first impression.
Definitely want a good first impression. What else to avoid?
Don't overshare personal stuff that's just not relevant. You want to build rapport, sure, but keep it professional.
Yeah.
No need for, details about your cat, unless you're a vet, maybe.
Keep it relevant to the business. Makes sense. And the name thing again.
I have to repeat it. Breaking the GBP name rules, adding your name where it doesn't belong, stuffing keywords in there, it's a major violation. Can get your listing suspended. Don't risk it.
Seriously, don't risk it. Okay, what if your branding is all over the place? Like different photos, different vibes on different sites.
That's another big pitfall. Inconsistent branding. It just confuses people, erodes that trust you're trying to build. It needs to feel cohesive.
Right. Keep it consistent across the board. Okay, this is super practical, but let's get to the million-dollar question for a lot of business owners. Does any of this actually impact your ranking? Like, does Google's algorithm care about your friendly face?
Okay, great question. And the direct answer is no, not directly. Google doesn't see a face and rank you higher because of it.
Ah, okay. So why bother?
Because it influences things indirectly, things the algorithm does care about.
Okay, explain that. How does it work behind the scenes?
Think about prominence. A really complete profile, good photos, good description makes your listing more prominent, more substantial. That helps.
Right. And you mentioned clicks earlier.
Exactly. Profiles with real faces, good photos, they tend to get more clicks, higher click-through rates, more website visits, more calls.
And those are user engagement signals, right?
Yeah.
Google watches those.
Precisely. Those are positive behavioral signals. They tell Google, hey, people find this listing useful and engaging, and that can indirectly give your ranking a boost.
Ah, I see. So by building trust and getting people to click, your personal branding is sending good vibes back to Google.
You got it. And it also connects strongly to, EEAT.
Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, that whole thing.
Yeah. Showcasing the real person, their experience, maybe their credentials in the description, that directly feeds into expertise, authority, and especially trustworthiness.
And Google seems to value EEAT more and more, especially for local services.
Absolutely. It's a huge part of how they assess quality and reliability. So putting a trustworthy face and profile forward aligns perfectly with what Google wants to see.
That makes total sense. It's about showing up as a real, credible, engaging option for potential customers, and Google rewards the positive interactions that result.
Exactly. The trick is finding the right balance.
Yeah.
You need the personal touch, and you need all the essential business info. NAP, hours, services. The basics have to be solid too.
Right. Don't forget the fundamentals. Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the main takeaway for businesses thinking about personal branding on their GBP?
I'd say, done strategically, it can be a really powerful asset. Don't underestimate the power of that human connection.
It builds trust, gets more engagement.
And can indirectly help your visibility in local search results, especially if you're in one of those trust-based fields.
Like the doctors, lawyers, realtors, local service pros we talked about.
Remember the how-tos. Professional photos, careful name use, follow the rules, maybe those at-work shots, and definitely consistency across platforms.
And avoid the big don'ts. Bad photos, oversharing, messing with your business name, and being inconsistent.
Because even though Google doesn't rank your smile, it does measure the effect of that connection through user behavior and trust signals like EEAT.
And the final word.
Always, always, always follow Google's guidelines. Play by the rules.
Solid advice. So maybe take a moment to think about your own GBP listing. How could you authentically bring more of the human element into it?
Yeah, it could be a really important step in connecting better with your local audience. Definitely something worth considering.
You've been listening to SEO Deep Dive by MapRank Hack, where local visibility isn't luck, it's strategy. Join us next time as we keep decoding the system and putting your business on the map.